welcome to A Late Show. I am your host, Stephen Colbert, and I'm glad to be your host tonight. All nights, but night, specifically tonight, is an historic night in the annals of television. Tonight is the first night I am sitting down with a guest in person for The Late Show. And who else do you want to break that seal with but President Barack Obama? That's right, Barack Obama, my guest tonight. Three acts of Barack Obama. And you go, that seems like a long time. No, it's not. You can't believe how quickly it flies. First act, obviously, just friends hanging out. Power pack, though, and really substantive. Next act, obviously, we're gonna move some paper. We're gonna sell some books. Super fun, though, at the same time. Then the third act, we play basketball. That's historic. That is an historic game. Where do you see the results? And yes, there was some wagering. Anyway, how many questions did I get in? Three questions, 20 minutes. He was very gracious. Thank you again, Mr. President, for sitting down with us. You know who he's married to? That Michelle Obama. That'd be a great guest. That would be a great guest. Not that he's not a good guest. He's a great guest. But everybody loves her. Everybody loves her. I'm also joining you on... was that too long of a pause? I was just inspired by the president. That was an Obama-esque pause. I was letting it just sink in. I'm also joining you on an historic day for fans of capitalism because for the first time ever, the Dow hit 30,000. Wow! That is so many of them. Of the Dow points? Is it Dow points? Dowlings. Is it Dow drops? What are they actually? What are the thing? Dow units? 30,000 Dow? Dowings? If you took all 30,000, let me put it in layman's terms. If you took all 30,000 of those Dow points and laid the end to end, it would stretch all the way to the S&P 500. I don't actually know what they are. I think each Dow is like a ticket to Chuck E. Cheese. And when it was at 25,000, America could get like the stuffed bunny. But now we're at 30,000, and we could go for like the bear or the big lion or the full-size football. Anyway, whatever they are, it's a lot of them. So to everyone who works on Wall Street, congratulations. And to everyone who doesn't work on Wall Street, good luck with that. Never want to pass up an opportunity to gloat for something he's not responsible for. The president held an impromptu press conference to congratulate himself for the Dow Jones numbers going big on the money chart.
Thank you very much, and I just want to congratulate everybody. The stock market, Dow Jones Industrial Average, just hit 30,000, which is the highest in history. The stock market's just broken 30,000. Never been broken, that number. That's a sacred number, 30,000.
Yes, a sacred number. As Jesus himself said, blessed be the number 30,000 for man. That's a lot of whatever it is you're counting. Sheep, what else do we own around here? Nothing. Gotta be sheep. Then, just 1 minute and 15 seconds after the press conference started, it turned out it wasn't a press conference. It was just a bragging dash because he left without taking any questions.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Mr. President, even if sir, why not concede for the good of the country? Sir, why not concede for the good of the country, sir?
Stirring words that someday, no doubt, will grace the facade of his presidential library. This was a rare POTUS sighting for these days. See, since the election, he's made few public appearances because he knows that if he comes out of his bunker and sees his shadow, he'll only have 6 more weeks of president. But today, he had a pressing matter of national security, the annual turkey pardon. This year's star turkeys were named Corn and Cobb, and we have some footage of them arriving in D.C. for their big day. Here they are arriving at the iconic Willard Hotel, greeting their throngs of fans, then relaxing in some plush beds where they acknowledged their privilege during an exploding homeless crisis. Our soon-to-be former leader made it clear how fortunate the pardoned bird was.
Now it's time for the moment of our guests of honor. They've been waiting, and in this case, he's been waiting for this. And bring him out. Look at that beautiful, beautiful bird. Oh, so lucky. That is a lucky bird.
Yes, it's a lucky, lucky bird to have a better legal team than the president. Then he said the words that so many who have worked for this administration have longed to hear.
I hereby grant you a full pardon.
There you have it. An innocent turkey pardoned by a lame duck. And he just got a little bit lamer. Because last night, the General Services Administration finally declared that Biden can begin his transition, even though the current president hasn't conceded and he's not happy about it. And I'll tell you all about that in tonight's exciting installment of...
Screw yourselves, I won't go away.
The road from the White House.
When things go wrong for the president, he looks deep inside and tries to understand who he's going to blame. In this case, the needle landed on his personal attorney and Bilbo possessed by the One Ring, Rudy Giuliani. After Rudy's disastrous press conference last week, aides say the president started to worry that his legal team is composed of fools that are making him look bad. No, sir, that's your hair and makeup team. But one of the key confidence killers could have been when Rudy had this literal meltdown. Even if it's close to Thanksgiving, the president doesn't want a lawyer who makes his own gravy. Now, it may be hard to imagine, but Rudy wasn't always the troll living under America's bridge. Just 18 years ago, he was almost universally hailed as a national hero. In fact, this morning, the internet upchucked a newly rediscovered clip of a 2003 Rudy biopic featuring actor and guy on the subway who keeps mentioning the seat next to him is free, James Woods. Woods, 1,600 on his SATs, just ask him, he'll tell you, unironically portrayed Giuliani as a romantic idealist. Here's just a taste.
That's what my father taught me. My dad and my other heroes. Winston Churchill, Bobby Kennedy.
A Democrat?
As I once was.
Why'd you switch?
You know, Democrats always talked about things getting better. Republicans did whatever they could to make them better. That's what we're here for, right?
They would have paid for better writing, but they blew the whole budget on that Windows 98 screensaver of the ocean behind him. Now, the actual title of that movie is Rudy, the Rudy Giuliani story. Seems a little redundant, but then again, all the best movies have to drive home their subject matter. That's why my favorite movie as a kid was Star Wars, a Star Wars story. What I love about that scene is how realistically it portrays the romance of talking about Republican policy right before you make out. Hollywood does it all the time in love scenes.
I'm also just a girl. Standing in front of a boy. Asking him to
take away her bodily autonomy.
You complete me. And I just had...
Shut up. Just shut up. You had me at
Opportunity zones.
So, I got a little teared up there. So with the president distancing himself from the national embarrassment that is Rudy Giuliani, he's looking to align himself with a more reputable figure, actor and guy in the market for a used waterbed, Randy Quaid. Quaid, of course, is most famous for trying to erect a Randy Quaid museum or claiming he's on the run from a celebrity-killing organization called the Hollywood Star Whackers, or showing up in court wearing a sheriff's badge, or posting disturbing sex tapes in which he and his wife are having intercourse below a picture of Rupert Murdoch. Obviously, Randy's a busy guy, barely has time to buy and sell urine on Craigslist. It turns out Quaid has been a longtime MAGA man, and this morning the president repaid his loyalty by retweeting several of Randy Quaid's political opinions, such as this one. We've lost confidence in the system that elects our leaders. 79 million Americans believe the election was rigged, the results fraudulent. We need an in-person only paper ballot revote, especially in the states where flagrant irregularities have occurred. No accuracy, no democracy. To which the president added, "Are you listening, Republicans?" No. The The only person listening to Randy Quaid is his therapist, which unfortunately is an old boot he put a hat on. Quaid also got a retweet today from the president for his award-winning pro-administration monologue from last year.
Is this the way America goes? From George Washington to George Soros? Wake up, you sleeping giant. The Lilliputians have tied you down with their fantastic dreams of icebergs melting into dinosaurs and train tracks stretching across the Pacific waters. Trump trumpets reveille, and it's time to heed the call.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Quaid, but this is an audition for a processed beef stick. So if you could just snap into the Slim Jim and not mention the Trilateral Commission, that'd be great. That's the more toned down of the two Randy Quaid monologues the President of the United States retweeted today. Here's the bananas one.
Fox News daytime ratings have completely collapsed. Weekend daytime, even worse. Very sad to watch this happen. They forgot what made them successful. What got them there. They forgot the golden goose.
I believe he's using what's known as mood lighting. The mood? Peyote bender. What's crazy as that last video is, believe it or not, Quaid was just giving a dramatic reading of a tweet from the president. So a crazy guy retweeted another crazy guy performing the first crazy guy's crazy tweet. It's a Mobius mess. It's like watching two toddlers try to change each other's diapers, but somehow it's even more full of crap. We have a great show for you tonight. My guest, in case I haven't mentioned it, is President Barack Obama. Stick around.